Yeah.
My team is like, yes, he's filling out the whiteboard. Seriously, because that's like
That's
whenever I
great.
start talking and I don't, and it's like there's no context. They're like,
I
where's my
know.
paper?
I need a visual. I do
Okay,
better
so
with visuals anyways.
so the lead magnet post, right, comes out, right? And then the first question, I
Hmm.
call this like the bottle opener,
Okay.
which the bottle opener question is like, what got you interested in the thing?
Hmm.
Like, oh, and then it's like, okay, cool. Well, then they tell you like what got them interested, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like I would say we dig or clarify afterwards. So like let's say that for example, what would get someone interested in light therapy stuff, right? Maybe they say,
Hmm.
yeah, I've been following you for a while, Dr. Stillman, and I really like the light stuff you got going on. I've been, doing light therapy and I think it's awesome, or I've been standing in the sunlight, I think it's awesome. And it's like, cool.
Yeah.
The next question would probably be, so we want to dig or clarify, right here at the next part. So it'd be something like, like what know, is there anything that you're struggling with
Hmm.
right now that made you want to look into this? Something like this, right? So it'd be like, hey, what got you interested in the thing? And then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, is there anything that, what made you want to look into this? Why would you do that? And they'll be like, oh, well, I've been having some health troubles for a long time, Dr. Stillman, da 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 da, blah 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 blah.
Hmm.
Right? And then at this point, this is where I would call it so I call it the turn.
Yep.
Like it's like where we pivot the conversation where we weren't really talking about a sales conversation at first. We were just kind of networking and
Yeah.
chatting
Just
stuff.
asking questions. Yep.
Exactly. And then there's a point in the conversation where we really need to like I call it the turn, but it's like where we pivot the conversation from a general conversation into a sales conversation, right?
Hmm.
And so the turn would look something like, hey, like so it'd be like, got it, we want to acknowledge what they said, whatever first. Acknowledge.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like, cool. It's like I'm actually looking for a few more people who want to leverage the power. This is just coming right off the dome right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. 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 It's not.
Okay. Leverage the power of phototherapy therapy to feel, act, and look younger. You know, would you
Hmm.
be interested in details? Yeah. So it'd be like that.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, yeah, I'm interested in the details. Absolutely. Cool. Yeah, I'm interested in the details. Absolutely. And it's like, awesome. And then now
Yeah.
the question will be, this is where I have the question mark, right? Because if we're
Hmm.
going for if we're going for a booked call,
Yeah.
we would book the call right here. And it's like objective is my
Right.
objective question mark. Said
So if
we
they say no, then you have a flow, and if they say yes, they have a flow because if they say no,
if they say no, then I mean then it's just not a qualified lead. And it's like, awesome.
yeah.
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 Not interested, not qualified lead. Fantastic. You just
Yeah.
hey,
We
have a
just
great
weeded that
day.
one out. Yeah.
Awesome. um we go so yeah, objective we can go for the book call, but so essentially it'd be like, are you interested in more details? It's like, yeah, all right, cool, well let's book a call and then we can talk more about it. We could go for it right here, right?
Okay.
But if it's not a book call and let's say we want to go for the sale directly in the chat,
Hmm.
where we like send a link to them directly, then we kind of so we start asking more questions,
Okay.
right? And so all right, and then now I guess I'll branch this off into two areas now. Hold on. so so we have our okay. So I think this is easy. Booked call. Go right for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's like, it's a direct sale, then then it should look like this. By the way, I'm doing this on a trackpad. So
Oh,
if you, if it's going a little too slow, just not let me know, but I'm just letting
no,
you,
it's okay. It's
I'm
flowing well.
limited by my trackpad speed fingers. Okay.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay. So direct sale. If we're going for the direct sale, then basically the first question should be something like, I call it like a sorting question.
Mm-hmm.
So a sorting question would be like, you ever tried light therapy before?
Yeah, right.
Like, you're like, oh, you ever tried anything like therapy before? So okay. So we have our sorting question first. Um,
Mm-hmm.
then we should, at this point, it kind of depends, right? This is kind of in my brain as far as I got it mapped out, because I don't
Yeah.
necessarily know what you guys, like care about in terms of qualifications, right? So,
Yeah.
so what are you thinking here? Like, because obviously this is a sales process, right? So,
Right. So you're talking about like what's like when we're talking to them on the phone and
no, no,
then
no. So this is in the
oh,
DMs, right? So this is
okay.
assuming that they're still in the DMs, right?
Yeah.
And then you're just going for the sale directly here, right? So maybe it's like occupations, like what do you do for a living? And
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're just trying to ask them more questions and like if they would be interested in so kind of similar probably to our patch party questions, right? So like
yeah, it'd be no different. It'd be no
yeah,
different than having this conversation on the phone. You're just doing it in chat,
yeah,
right? So it's like, all right,
yeah.
cool. We ever tried light there before? Awesome. What do you do for a living? What's your day look like? I think that could be a good one. It's like, um,
I'm
what
usually asking like what type of health issues or concerns are they dealing with because then that leads us into the stem cells.
Okay, so it'd be like, we got a little bit of information earlier about
Yeah,
the trouble. We would say, okay, you mentioned earlier that
yeah.
Y, Z, dot, 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 can you tell me more about that?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And then actually, we should say, I'm going to say clarification on problem.
Mm-hmm.
Um, something like this. And then boom. So this would be like, what else have you tried?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, boom, like this.
Mm-hmm.
What else have you tried to fix X problem?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so then it's like, what else have you tried? And then I would say, I know what their problem is. What
Yep.
have you tried? So I get struggle right here. And then
Mm-hmm.
I would say priority is the next question to me. So it's like, hey, like, is this, on,
Something you want to fix right
yeah.
away kind
So
of thing.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, so the way I like to do this is like on a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, dot, 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 how
Mm-hmm.
serious are you about getting these issues resolved?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the key with this one is if they don't say 10 out of 10, then we want to keep asking them questions until they say 10 out of 10.
Okay. Yep.
It's like, so if they say, hey, yo, I'm like a 5 out of 10. It's like, okay, well, like, what would make
Uh,
you 10? Like what,
yeah.
like 10 out
Yeah.
of 10? And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I'm not really sure what methods or whatever, but I am interested in finding out. And it's like, okay, cool. Well, let's say that we could provide you exactly what
Hmm.
you need in order for you to fix this problem. It's like, would that make you a
Would
10?
that make you 10? Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I'll be a 10.
Yeah, I just listened to another lady that uses this, or she uses that same method. It's like trying to get them to move off a 5, you know?
100%. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
you get a lot of tire kickers like when I sell like these courses and different coaching programs and stuff like that in the chat just like this.
yeah,
It's like you got to tie them down because
yeah,
later in the conversation you can bring it back up, right? Well, hey, you told me that you're a 10 out of 10 serious and that
yeah.
you like absolutely we can get you the information you wanted, so like what's the deal here, you know?
Hmm.
But if we don't have that information, it's hard to tie them down like on
I
something.
know. And the way she used it was like, okay, they're like, well, I'm a 7, but I need to talk to my husband. And she's like, okay, I will follow up with you in 2 days and see where you're at. And so then she follows up with us, 2 days later and is like, okay, did you talk to your husband? And she's like, yeah, but I'm still not sure. And she's like, okay, are you closer to a 10? And she'll, if they say yes, and she's like, great, okay, let's go, and if no, then I'll follow up in 2 more days or whatever,
Got it. I really like this one. I like that I'm going to talk to my wife or I'm going to talk to my husband. My favorite line to use in the chat for that is, okay, cool. So like, let's say that you have the conversation right now today. What do you think they're going to say?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, I think that she would say this. I think that she would say this. And it's like, oh, what? It's like you just got the advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now you give them the exact words to feed to their wife. So
Right.
that's the problem with the speak to your spouse is that a lot of
Hmm.
times like one of them gets super excited, but then they get what I call the puke, right? Where
Yes.
they're just excited, they can't
So excited. Yeah.
and then because they can't communicate it clearly to the partner, then the issue comes in where then now they're not going to move forward and stuff like that, right? So you
Yeah.
have to like give the excited person the exact words that you want
To
them to
say.
speak to your partner.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Exactly.
okay, so scale of 1 to 10, and then okay, then it's to me this is what I call the pre-offer statement.
Okay.
So it's like the pre-offer statement is something like this, like based on everything you've told me so far, I absolutely believe that we can help you
Hmm.
get the results that you're looking for. I have a short video that explains all the details. Cool if I send it over, right?
Yep.
And then they're like, yeah, absolutely. Send it over, Dr. Simon, please. Yeah, absolutely. And they're like, okay, cool. I'm sending it your way right now. And then we're going to be like, and then
So
this,
will I be pretending to be Doctor? I won't be pretending to be Dr. Stillman. I'll just be myself, right?
you'll be
Or
yourself. Yeah, 100%.
okay.
But
Okay.
whenever they're talking to the page, it's like, it's because
Yeah.
we want to keep that illusion alive as long as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
absolutely. Absolutely.
But
Okay.
if they ask, then we say. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's front in these other accounts too. We're like we do our best like to keep the illusion
Keep
alive.
the illusion. Yeah.
Yeah, but when directly asked, we will say, no, this is a team member or something like that.
Yeah.
And then this is what I call so then this is where we drop the offer, right?
Okay.
Drop offer. As you can see, the chat closing side is a little more involved,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the cool thing about this is that it's chat, right? So instead of having to do a phone call with someone, you only talk to one person. You can talk to all 100 people at the same time. You
Yeah.
know, as long as you're kind of like moving these chats and
Yeah.
yeah. That's my personal favorite. Or this is the reason why I even pivoted to doing chat sales to begin with. Anyway, was strictly because of that
You
capability.
can make. Yeah.
You can
It's
make it like
much faster to hit many people, many chats, than having all these phone calls, because
yep.
that, I mean, what I like about the automation part of this, yes, I like the phone calls because you have that personal touch and you build that relationship quicker, I think. Where behind the screen, it's a little bit harder to build a relationship other than you're just asking them questions and
Yeah. To help with that, because you're right. One big factor with chat is trust, right?
mhm.
So one thing that we've done to help with that is we can get Dr. Stillman to film some canned voice notes for us,
Okay.
and then we can drop those voice notes in ManyChat, like to the lead.
Okay.
So, like for example, you know, like right here, for example, we could easily, if let's say we were going for a book call,
Mhm.
we could easily have Dr. Stillman film a quick voice note that's like, "Hey, awesome! I love everything we talked about so far. I definitely think
Mhm.
I'd love to book a call with you with one of my team members." Like, and then we would just drop that audio note instead of sending
Yeah.
a message.
Hey, back up. Can you back up for a second here? Nope, go the other way. Go the other way.
This way.
Okay, yeah. So the acknowledgement, the turn. Okay, would you be interested in details? That's the turn.
Yep.
Um, maybe if it's yes, like a solid yes out of the gate, it goes through the automation. If it's a no, maybe that's where we
Well,
need to
when
ask
you
a
say go through automation, there is no automation here.
or I mean not
Yeah.
yeah, I mean sorry. The direct sale, like going for the direct sale opposed to the book call.
Oh,
So if
I
they
see what you
say
mean.
yeah, not the automation, sorry. So if they're like, yes, I'm interested in details, then you take them through the bottom flow to the direct sale where if they're not, maybe we ask them a couple more questions and book a call to
I'm muted. I was talking.
oh, sorry.
We could definitely do that, right? So we could easily move this
Yeah.
to make this more of a straight line, and then we could do it right here at the occupation phase instead.
Hmm.
Basically, right here is where we determine, do we book a
Okay.
call or direct
Yep.
sale, book, call, or direct sale. What I
Yep.
mean, because once we find out what they do for a living, we're gonna find out, oh, are you a doctor? Okay, no, we want to talk to you on the phone. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? Or it's like,
Yep.
oh, you're a PA? Yeah, we want to talk to you on the phone. You
Hmm.
know, Kathy from, New Mexico? Oh, no problem. We're gonna put you down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a better route because then, yeah, then we'll have an idea of what they do and
Okay, perfect. So let me do this. I'll move this. And I hope this was helpful.
absolutely,
I
yeah.
just dumped my whole entire chat closing brain right here as much as I could.
No, this is good because you
Okay.
can use it on other people too, right?
100%. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like my end vision is I would love for everyone on Team Quantum Wellness to be good at chat. Um,
Yeah,
because like that's what you guys want them to do, right? You want them to message someone through
right.
text, right?
Yeah.
And then yeah, so Holly, I'm totally down for you to teach some like people how to do this once you figured out, your
Yeah.
own way to do it, right? But this
Yeah.
is how I kind of frame it up in terms of my brain,
Hmm.
like the checkpoints to go through.
This is good. Yeah. No, this is great.
Also, I have a long form video of this for a different offer. Um, what I mean
Is that
by
on,
go ahead.
is it on your YouTube?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So I drew it out for you straight line like this. And so well, you'll have the recording, but I'll go ahead and take a
Hmm.
screenshot too.
Okay.
That way you have this full process right here.
Yeah.
All right, cool.